Hello, this is Telmer and welcome to another repair video. In this video we are going to be looking at a Game Boy Advanced. It's got an issue with the power switch. It's a very odd thing that's going on with it. Let's take a look. Very nice looking. I think I've got a game that I can use to test this with. Here we go. I've got a Nintendo Game Boy original that needs work as well. It has some sort of weird display issue. What's important though is that there is a game I can work with. So let's throw this game in. You can see it fits quite comfortably. I don't know if this has any power, hence why I've got the cable here. Okay. That's interesting. They actually put some color into it. I wonder if it just assigned colors. Okay, well that's working. Nice to see. Now let's just see what's going on here. If I press that, that's interesting. Okay. All I'm wondering about is whether or not there's an issue with the switch. Like that's what I was told the issue is that randomly it would switch off. So far, I'm not seeing that issue at all though. I'm playing around with the switch. Oh! I'm going to give the customer a shout and just ask them again, just to triple check what the issue is with their handheld, because clearly I'm not finding any particular issues. Like what I was doing there with the switch, I think I basically just hit the switch just slightly and it resulted in the Game Boy Advance turning off, because I mean that's what the switch does. But I've been playing with it a whole lot and there doesn't seem to be any problems. So I guess we gotta go and take this thing apart and see what's going on. Shockingly, all that's been used with this particular model is just standard Phillips. That's easy enough to deal with. Pretty straightforward. Interesting. That is very weird. They just have a little shell and it's pressed in. The screw right here is different. It's a different size to all the others. So if you're looking after this yourself, you're doing some work on this, just keep that in mind. I'm betting the same is going to be true for this one. Yeah, it's true. So these two screws are of a different size. Should be able to get into it now. I'm a little bit concerned about these shoulder buttons falling out, so just gotta be careful. There we go. As a reminder, where's the switch? It's on the left side. That's this little guy right here. I'm going to look up to see whether or not I am capable of just replacing that part. So now I was going to go ahead. I've got actually the part to do this replacement. It's right here. But after doing a bunch of research, I found out that there is something that quite commonly causes this switch to act up. And that problem is pretty straightforward. Annoyingly straightforward. All it is that the switch is getting dirty underneath. That's the most common cause of this, and it doesn't usually need to be replaced. So I spent out $13 on that part for nothing, which is just really annoying. So I just need to get some solder onto this, and then I gotta pick up this little guy right here. That's a shield. It needs to be desoldered in order to get this off. Holds soldered quite well. I'm gonna put the tiniest amount of flux on these pins here, just the tiniest amount. I'm gonna wipe away even the extra that I've got there. There's one a little. Okay. And all you gotta do is you get something sharp or very thin underneath here, and you're just gonna pull it up. You can also do it with tweezers if that is not working for you. I can't get it under there at all. It's very close. That side I've got something, but there. It smells like I melted the switch plastic on the very edge slightly. Might be okay though. I mean, I've got a replacement if I've screwed this up, regardless. Yeah. That's all there is to that. Now, underneath here is the switch. There's this little guy right here. Now if I put it upside down, those little connectors there, and at this very point in time, I think I am going to switch over to my microscope. So first off, here's the back of the switch.
This is just like the plastic thing itself. And I'm going to see what I can do for cleaning this up. Apparently all I just need is a little cotton swab, and I can clean this up pretty easily. It looks like they're fine. I don't see any damage or anything. I mean, I guess I could clean them off regardless, but they're pretty shiny. Cotton swab, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, give it a light polish. Right here, and then just go like this. I don't see any difference personally. Now those pins, how do they look? Now I'm just going to put that to the side, and let's take a look at where that switch sits, like the little toggle bit sits. And as you can clearly see, it has some decent gouges in there. But yeah, it's like an oil substance that's in here. So that is very likely that's what's been causing the problems. Yeah. Something nasty's been getting in there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to soak a cotton swab a fair bit more with alcohol, and I'm going to give this a good scrub. This isn't working so well. It keeps getting stuck. I have some polishing agent. I'm pondering going in this with a little bit of polishing agent instead. Now the stuff that I'm using is actually made for polishing plastic. It's not really meant for polishing metal, but I do know that this stuff still works pretty darn good for plastic. I think I'm going to cut the tip off of this though, off of my cotton swab, and I'm going to put it on the end instead. So I do have a little bit, it's like a white-ish substance. Let's get in there. That cleaned up instantly well. Just gotta flush it out with some more alcohol there to get it clean. To get the material out, the polishing agent is what I need to get out now. Gosh, did that ever clean up? Nice. Just gonna dry it with my puffball thing. That should do it. All I gotta do now is put the switch back in. There we go. And then after that, I gotta put the shield back on. From my experience with shields this size, it's best to start from one side, get it connected down at least, just so that it's not moving around all the time, and then you swap over to the other side to get it down properly. Got my finger on there. I'm actually not looking at the camera right now. I'm looking at it directly because I just don't have enough space to work with at this point in time. There we go. I had to push it down. Push it down with my fingers just to get it to lock in place. And snap down quite comfortably. Let's find the spot there again. There it is. And there's just 2 solder points that need to be hit. I need some clean solder. This is just bad. So in theory, we're good to go at this point. I just gotta go and put it back together and test. That alone should have done remarkable amounts of work in cleaning that up. Now, if it still doesn't work, well, I do still have this little guy here. I can still install this, but only if it's needed. After all, you don't want to replace something that's already working, 1, and 2, you really don't want to replace something that's original.
So it's now just a matter of time of getting everything back together. Now, I don't have any other games aside Tetris to basically test with, but this works. I forgot that I disconnected the... Oh man. I disconnected the ribbon cable to the screen because I was planning to do a full replacement of the switch. And it's still disconnected. Okay, I've plugged the screen back in. Here we go. Here we go. Now I shouldn't be just wiggling it around. I want to see if it loses any power at all. Wait a minute. I have something much better for testing. Because I mean, it's actual Game Boy Color instead of Tetris. I've got a save game on it even. I'm going to turn the volume down a spec. Oh man, does that ever look amazing with the Game Boy Advanced with that nice bright screen? That is amazing. So that's definitely working. I'm just going to jiggle the switch again. Seems to be fine. Let's play a little bit of Pokemon. And that is all there is to that. It's done. As far as I can tell, I can give it back to the customer, let them know that it is good to go, and I will let them know if there's any other problems. I mean, I've got the Switch. If it still doesn't work after all that, I can replace the whole Switch. Sure, why not? I'll do it for free too, as a little bit of warranty on my part. But yeah, that's all there is to this video, guys. So if you like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.